If they hurt people they so-called love, what makes you think they won't hurt you? Hear this and know this and pay attention to what I'm about to tell you, because it's getting real in this season right now. There's certain people that may be in your circle right now, or maybe people from your past that you decide to let go. And they were hurting people right in front of your face and hoping that you keep their secrets. But I just want to remind you that if they're hurting these people that they so-called love that you know of, and they're keeping secrets, and they know you know about it, what makes you think that they won't do the same to you? Just think about it. Pay attention to your circle, chosen ones. I don't know who this word is for, I don't know who needs to hear this, but I want to encourage you that it's important and imperative that you keep your distance from these type of individuals. Because trust me, if somebody could hurt somebody that they claim to love, then they could hurt you too, in ways that you least expect. If they're gossiping about somebody behind their back, I'm talking about like consistently gossiping, scoffers, people who just like to keep chaos going on in their lives, or bring chaos and drama around you, and they want to pull you a part of it. Hear this. These are signs that at any second they could turn on you, or they may be betraying you right now behind your back. I'm not saying this to put any fear in anybody's life or to be scared, but it's just something to be aware of so that you can protect yourself. You may need to come out from amongst these people. You may need to keep your distance. You may need to pray for these people. You may need to do everything I just mentioned. Because right now the devil is using anybody, and people is turning on certain people just to please themselves. Because if people aren't trying to please God, if they're not trying to get close to God, then who do you think they're getting close to? What do they believe in? You need to ask these questions when you're allowing certain people into your space, when you're allowing yourself to accept certain people into your circle, or you're calling them your friend, or even if they're a family member. I'm going to keep it real with you. Just because it's blood, that doesn't mean that it's love. Because love has nothing to do with blood. Love is something that comes from inside. It's internal. Love is an action. The Bible says that God is love. So if people don't have love inside of them, if they don't have a patience, if they don't have forgiveness, if they don't have empathy for the people that they claim to love, then who do they love? I don't know who needs to hear this. It's just a really serious message right now, because we in times where the devil is literally trying to take over people, and the circumstances and the type of situations that they go through will determine the direction that they go in their life. Their attitude is going to determine their altitude of the outcome of their lives. The devil don't want you to use your discernment. The devil don't want you to use your mind. The whole time God's trying to get you to renew your mind. The whole time God's trying to get you to open up the word so that you can get some foundation. You can obtain more wisdom. But it's going to bring a little grief. And in that process, the grief comes from having to cut off certain people that you know don't have your best intentions, or don't have best intentions for anybody maybe. They may just be lovers of themselves, low key, and they may just favor you. I don't know who needs to hear this, but it's something to really hear. If these people are hurting people that they love, and you see it, you got some people that will take advantage and steal from other people, and you know. And what's the devil's whole purpose? The devil is a spirit that works through people so that He can steal, kill, and destroy. So if you see other people stealing from other people, taking advantage, putting people down, trying to destroy people's character, assassinate their character indirectly with the way that they treat people, because they think nobody sees, but you may be a person that sees. Just because you're a witness, you have to understand that God sees you too. And God is judging you. That's why when people go to jail and they was an accomplice, they may not have done the crime, but they will get charged for the simple fact that they was there when the crime was done. They don't even have to do it. I don't even know the exact title of how they're being charged. I think it's 2nd degree, then it's 3rd degree, whatever it is of the crime. Just an example to really clarify what I'm trying to say in this message. Hear what I'm telling you, and take heed. God is watching you, and God is also judging you, because God sees that you were an accomplice. When you know that somebody is doing something wrong, God is watching you. God has a bird's eye view on everybody's life. God is omnipresent. There's nothing that we can get away with under the Lord. I'm not saying this to put fear and feel like, I'm just saying this to think about who you accept into your life. Think about who you would allow to be in your circle, who you allow to do certain acts that is not right, that is unfair, that is betrayal to people that they claim to love, that they claim to respect, that they claim to be partners with in any kind of way. Business, friendship, relationship, whatever. This is something that you have to really take. It's key. You don't have to go to that person and start pointing fingers at them or start arguments. I'm not saying to start drama and nothing like that. But you may have to step away just to protect yourself. You may have to begin to get in your prayer closet. Yes. You may have to really second guess if you want to trust this person on that level. I'm not saying go to the other people involved. No. All I'm saying is just be aware. Come out from amongst certain circles. Be careful who you allow to accept into your life, because you can easily just be a part of something that you wasn't even trying to be a part of. It's just somebody you may just know, somebody you may just trust, somebody you may just have love for because you have experiences. Y'all knew each other for a long time, but be careful. You being around somebody, you accepting somebody that may be pulling you into something that you may not even be a part of, may not have nothing to do with you. You just trusting this person because you may just be friends. You may just be in a relationship. You may just, have known each other a long time. You may be from the same environment. You may be raised up in the same environment. That doesn't mean that you have to accept their negative ways. It doesn't mean you have to accept the wickedness that is, bestowed within their character. It doesn't mean that you have to not pray for these people. Sometimes it takes for you to set the example and stand up for what's right. Sometimes God will block your blessings because you know what's right and you allowing what's wrong to be around your life. You know what's righteous. God may have shown you because you're the chosen one. Sometimes we chosen, but we have, we could be very kind. We could be very patient. Just because you have patience for people, just because you may not be the betrayer, you may not be the denier, that doesn't mean that it's okay for you to be around people who okay, they're working on this, they're working on that. Okay, you pray for them. And be careful. Don't just start saying to people, telling them how to be and how to do things and whatnot. That's not what I'm saying. But be an example. There's different ways to be an example without chastising somebody or making somebody feel like you're trying to teach them something. Because some people may not hear what you're saying. They may not see and comprehend. They may not be on the same level you are in your walk with Christ. They may not be where you're at spiritually. They may not have the discernment you have. They may not have the patience. And when the enemy uses somebody who doesn't have patience, that person could be easily triggered, and demonic spirits can easily fill that host. In other words, That person can easily be possessed by demons. Just like that guy that was possessed by 1,000 demons and was casted out into the pigs. What did the pigs do? The pigs was so, filled up with them demons to the point that they literally killed themselves and ran into the ocean, the river, whatever the case was. Hear this. Y'all should open up the Bible and check out that scripture. The man was possessed with demons. When people are vessels, they are living in sin. They using their energy to steal, to take advantage, to manipulate. Watch these people, because they're wandering around everywhere. Some of them are in old circles. Some of them are in circles currently right now. Maybe they may be in an environment you're in right now, and you just have to work around. They may be a co-worker. They may be somebody that just may come along your path, and you have to sit still and wait on the Lord. You may have to pray in your situation. You may have to really ask God to lead you out the situation and find your way out without, stepping on your own toes, without putting yourself in more drama just because, you really want to say something to help a person, do what's right. But I'm going to tell you right now, we can't save everybody. Certain things is just up to God. You pray for people. You could give them signs by you changing, by you making action, by maybe you stepping back. But you have to find the strength, the courage in yourself and put your faith in God and know that God is going to take care of everything. You can't please everybody, chosen ones. Trust me. As much as we love, as much as we, do to help people, and we put ourselves in environments so that we can protect and guide and things like that. When you're around somebody who is hurting other people intentionally, who they claim to support, who they claim to love, they're taking advantage of them, and you see it, that means God is revealing it to you. What you going to do about it? This is what God is saying. Trust me, God is watching you. Like, what are you going to do about it? Hear them telling you. There's a story when Joseph was about to really be, anointed to a higher level in his life, and the king's wife really tried to, get onto him. They tried to hit on him. The king's wife came out the clear blue and tried to hit on him right when he was about to be, in a higher level. He's about to be exalted to a higher level, to where he was going to be right up there with the king. The thing that was going to help him, help his family. And this woman literally told a lie. She literally lied on him. Hear him telling you. And she was wrong. It was the grace of God that woman changed. It was because that woman knew she was wrong. She was guilty. It was the Spirit of God that had that woman confess, because she knew God seen everything. All I'm just trying to say is God sees everything. So don't think that just because you see something and people get away. Trust me, when you see something that's wrong, you're accepting that. That spirit, it's like a spirit is trying to jump onto you too. Now you start thinking it's okay because you're accepting people who are doing people wrong. Now you're walking around thinking that it's okay to do people wrong behind closed doors because, you accept people that do that. Hear them telling you. It's just a negative spirit. I don't know. That's probably not the best example, but it's just an example that God sees everything. And what you do, who you allow to be in your circle, who you accept, is going to have a major effect on you in the way that God judges you at the end of the day. You could be blocking your blessings because you're accepting something that you know is just not righteous. You know it's not acceptable under God. Hear them telling you. Sometimes you just have to cut people off. Pray for people. You don't have to even tell them anything at all. You could do the best that you can to talk to people, to lead by example, whatever. Try to give people signs, whatever it is. But protect yourself. Hear what I'm telling you. And be careful who you allow to accept in your circles. Everybody doesn't have a genuine heart like that. And some people especially the chosen ones. Some people like to attach to chosen ones. They like to attach to kind people. They like to attach to us because we got favor. They see that we get opportunity. They see that people love us. They see that a lot of things. They see that you're going to support them in certain times and needs because they know you have a good heart and things like that. So it's like they feel they can trust you because they feel like you ain't going to tell nobody secrets. You ain't going to do this. You ain't going to do that. And we're not. But that doesn't mean that you have to go around and accept these people and always be around people who you know is just not right. I don't know what this word is for, but hopefully it resonates. Just righteous water flows. Like I said, I'm praying for y'all. And God has a plan for you. The more that you get right with God, the more that you cut off the wickedness in the world, in this world, God will begin to heighten your favor in your life, because God has a plan for whatever it is you're going through. God has a plan for who is right for you. Sometimes it just takes for you to just believe. Sometimes it takes for you to really pay attention to what's going on around you. Reevaluate your environment in the hearts of each individual in your life. It's the patience. It's the attitude and the gratitude that really makes a difference. It's the relationship with God that makes a difference of who's around you, who is aware. Not everybody is aware of a creator. Not everybody is living on that time. And there's some people that don't even appreciate the day. They feel like things are supposed to be handed to them. They don't care. They just want what they want. They don't care about being patient. They don't care that there was a whole line of people who's waiting to just get the basic things, and they're being patient. Pay attention to people who's patient. Pay attention to people who communicate. Some people don't even communicate. Hear what I'm telling you? You communicate. You're patient. It's a difference. That's why God is blessing you, because you're not acting like it's an obligation for God to give you anything. You know what God can do for you. You're not just accepting people around you, because anybody can turn at any day. And you know this, chosen ones. We know this. But you have to remind yourself sometimes. Just because a person's not betraying you right now, just because they're showing you love right now, or maybe you see what they're showing you, it doesn't mean that they won't never turn on you, or they're not betraying you right now behind your back. Especially if they're betraying people that they love and you see them doing it every single day. That means that they can betray you at any time. That part. Okay? I'm praying for y'all. Come up from amongst them, pray for them, and you have to move like the SWAT team. You have to move low key and don't say nothing. Don't tell nobody anything. Just know that God is going to protect you. He's going to get you through no matter what. Any type of negative thoughts, you rebuke in the name of Jesus, because you know what's going to happen? God is going to literally have you tread on these scorpions and these snakes out here that's trying to stop you from overcoming, or stop you from getting to that breakthrough and getting to that place of the milk and honey that God has for you, because you made these changes, because you live upright, because you chose Christ. All right? Peace and love. Y'all, I'm out. This video, like and subscribe, and I will get back at you with some more positive content. I love everybody.